Hello everyone, Mike1217 here. Welcome you back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I'm pretty much picking up right where I left off. I debated, whether I should pick up this episode from right here, or picking up at the shrine that I found, I don't know if it was last time or in the first episode, but, it was a shrine. It's actually marked off on my map right down here. It's called the J by. I never know how to pronounce any of these. Like the one we just were at, with the Aman Ao shrine. I'm not gonna try to pronounce these. But anyway, um, that other shrine that I found that I couldn't get into is right down here, and they mark it on your map whenever you get. Excuse me. And whenever you locate it, but you don't actually enter it, and it's marked off with the orange icon, which I actually didn't know. I just now learned that because I've never actually been in this situation before where I found a shrine, never entered it, and then went back to see it on my map. But anyway, yeah, I was debating whether I should just start the episode from over there or start from where I left off and just keep going. And I'm going to continue to do it this way because the whole thing about this game is that you know it's not always about the destination; it's about the journey. It's mainly about the journey, really. So it's one of those deals. So I don't want to miss out on the journey over to the shrine, even though I've already been to it, because we don't know what's going to happen. And I don't want to, I just so early, I just don't want to cut out anything right now so early in the game. So if it turns out later on that it's more entertaining to just kind of skip this kind of stuff, I would do so. But it's so early in the game. I kind of want to give you the the not best experience, but the most pure experience. But really, I want to give you the best experience, which, in my opinion, right now is the most pure experience. I don't even know if I'm making sense. I saw some bokoblins over there. I could have engaged them, but I decided not to, because you remember what happened last time I did that. I had spent 2 episodes trying to kill one bokoblin. Did I just go in a circle? I see a shrine up here, so this is a good example of you kind of seeing shrines from a distance, and then what I'm actually going to do is mark this off for later. Actually, you know what? This is where I want to go, because that's the shrine I want to go to, not next, but after the sh the other shrine. Let's see, where am I at? I always like to pause and see exactly where I'm facing. I should be facing this way and stay in this direction. That's what I like to do pretty often, is see where I'm facing and check my map and make sure I'm going in the direction that I want to be going. And so I want to be going towards that shrine, but there's really another shrine along the way, that one that we already found, that I want to get to. I just went in a big circle. I'm so sorry. Ugh. So I went in that direction for no reason. So we're off to a great start now. But again, like I'm saying, like the whole experience is the journey of getting to your destination. So I don't want to cut out the journey as much unless I really have to, unless there's really nothing worth showing. Which, maybe in this case there is nothing worth showing. But it's just, this is kind of a difficult game for me to LP, at least from the get-go, because I don't know how exactly I should format the videos yet. If I should show pretty much everything or not, I don't know. But I'm gonna skip past all this, climb over here, make sure that guy doesn't get to me. Hopefully that wasn't too much of a problem. I remember this being a bit harder to get to because of those things, but I had an easier time this time. Okay, sneak around those things. I don't know if we've seen those yet, but during the nighttime, Stalfos versions of all the like main enemies will show up in the world and they'll try to kill you. They're really easy to kill, actually, and hopefully I don't die as I say that. They pretty much go down in one hit. Like, like it takes about one hit to knock them down, and then once their heads are down on the floor, you can take him out in one shot. If you go for the head, though, the body, you're not going to do yourself any good attacking the body. You want to go for the head. Once you have arrows, really the best way to kill these things is just shoot them in the head with the arrow. That can take them out in one shot. Anyway, let's actually go into this thing. Alright, so this shrine is called the Bomb Trial. Each shrine will have kind of their own subtitle that will explain what the objective is, or at least give you a hint to what the objective is. So you want to pay attention to those, because that will give you a good clue on how to solve the shrine. In this case, we're going to be getting our next new rune to our Sheikah Slate, our next new ability, I should say, or item, if you want to call it that. We are going to get a staple in the Zelda series. We're going to get the bombs. So, bombs do not go away. They are still ever prominent in Zelda in this game. So, we have two types of bombs that we can use here. We have a more traditional round bomb that can roll like this, and and they are not self-detonating, but they are detonate them yourself is what I'm trying to say there. So you just hit a button. You don't have to wait for them to blow up. You just hit the button that you use to select them with, or not to, yeah, to bring them out with the left bumper button. So you can throw it with the right bumper button, or you can set it down with the A button, and we'll detonate it again. And you see that meter right down there with the bomb on it, and a little thing going around in a circle. Yeah, that shows, that's just the bomb recharging, but you can't just spam the bombs. So yeah, the good thing about the bombs is that they're not there's no limit in how many you can use. You don't have to go like pick up more from the world or anything. There's no inventory of it. You just keep getting them. You just gotta wait for it to recharge before you can use another one, which really isn't that big of a deal. It's like 10 seconds, if that. And this is where the other type of bomb will come handy. We can drop down these square bombs, which can stay stationary. If we were to put a round bomb on this platform, it would roll off as soon as it started moving. So that's what the square bombs are for. If you don't want a bomb to roll away on you, you can use the square bombs. That's usually the bombs that I go with, are the square bombs, because you can be more accurate in where you place them and everything. So yeah, that's really all this shrine's doing, is just showing off the bombs. I mean, every shrine here in the Great Plateau, it's just really your way of testing out your new runes and the main runes you'll be using. So right here, you see this little tube, and what you want to do here, you want to put a round bomb in this one. The square bomb won't work, so that will roll on down. And that did not work out the way I liked it to. Let's try that again. Down here, I gotta remember what goes on over here with that ball. You're gonna see those balls all the time. So I gotta figure out what I want to do to that. Yeah, these balls with the orange around them, you want to pay attention to those, because those are very important in every shrine. And really, they're not just located in the shrines, but they're located in the main world too, and they'll allow you to unlock shrines. So anytime you see these are the key to solving your puzzles. So I actually don't remember what that one's for right now. We'll find out, though. I can use this thing to propel me over here, get a treasure chest. It has some amber in it. That can mainly just be sold for money. I haven't really gotten into money yet in this game, but yeah, rupees that do exist. Definitely, you still do collect rupees and build up a stash of money. But instead of finding rupees in the world by cutting down grass and cutting down bushes and breaking pots and stuff like that, you mainly get it by either. I mean, you can still find it. It's just not as common as before. Sorry. I don't know if this is the best time to explain money because I'm trying to solve a puzzle. I mean, you'll see in a little bit. I'm sure. I mean, money's not going to be that much of an issue until we get into really the main game. I guess that's what I was supposed to do. I don't really remember having to do that. I'm just, my assumption is this ball is important and I want to take it with me, but I don't think I actually need to take it with me. I want to blow up this. I don't think I can climb these, can I? Yeah, I can. Okay, let's blow that up. I lost my ball anyway because of that. I don't know what the ball was for. I guess it was just demonstrating that you could propel things with those, whatever you call them, those, I don't know what you call those blocks moving back and forth. Whatever, we're done. Let's get out of here. I don't want to wait. I actually want to try to get maybe all the rest of the shrines of the Great Plateau done in this video so I can wrap up and get to the main part of the game. That would be awfully nice. Alright, so that's 2 spirit orbs, and I will meet you back outside. Alright, and then right away, you can use the bounce right here to bomb some rocks. I would not suggest coming out here because I think there's a guardian out here. So I'd rather just climb around this structure. Try to get to my next shrine, which I have marked on my map. So let's see, it's that red pin. Excuse me. Yeah, so in this game you can put down waypoints. So they're very nice to use. And we want to get by all this. Man, I hate having a small stamina wheel. I just can't get over that right now. Yeah, and then you can see the waypoint on your mini-map in the lower right corner. You can see what direction it is, so just kind of keep going that way. It's a little bit more difficult once we turn that off and go into pro mode, which I will be doing once we leave the Great Plateau. So once we're in pro mode, we're going to have to keep doing this. So get used to me doing this, going to the map and going back out, doing this all the time, and seeing like what direction I'm facing. And I hope it doesn't get annoying, but that's just, I prefer pro mode because it just allows me to take in, more of the game, I guess. You have nothing impeding on the screen. And on top of that, it allows you to get lost in the world a little bit more. So, I mean, I don't know if I really should have all that stuff on the bottom corner of the screen or not for this LP. Like, I haven't decided exactly how I want this to progress, If I want to just keep it moving for the sake of keeping it moving, or if I want to just play the game as if I normally would play the game. And right now, that's my plan. Alright, so we have these guys here just chilling around a fireplace. I could sneak up on that guy over there because he's facing away from me, but then that guy will grab his weapons. I'd rather just grab their weapons, and then they don't have anything to fight me with. So I'm gonna keep sneaking. Hopefully that one doesn't see me. He's facing kind of like I don't really know how well the peripheral vision is. Maybe we'll find out here. I just want to try to get up to the weapons. Oh, get your bow. There we go. And now you have nothing to fight me with. Beat him up. I just broke the goblin arm, which is probably the worst weapon in the game, other than maybe the tree branch. Yeah, these guys will. I mean, even if they don't have any actual weapons to fight with, they will still find ways to attack you. You might saw that one just throw a rock at me, and so that's an example of something they'll do if they don't have any weapons. So throw rocks at you. Looks like there is a bee thing here. Oh my goodness, I have fire arrows. I mean, I could shoot the hive down, but I don't want to do that with fire arrows. I kind of want to get normal arrows. What I could do, I'm going to do this. Or should I actually... No, let's actually light something on fire. I really don't want to waste my arrows, so let's put that away. And I have a couple Boko clubs, so I can go ahead and swipe at the fire. So anything wooden, you can use as a kind of a torch, and we'll burn these boxes up. And let's see if I can get anything good from them. There's usually something hidden inside of these. Oh, okay, baked apple. So that's good enough. That will heal me a little bit better. But yeah, let's just keep going, I guess. What I would like to do is try to find the old man, because I know he's kind of in this area. I remember he's in this area. He may even told me that he had something for me last time we saw him. So I know he has an item for me. And in fact, is that his shed right over there? Let's go over there. Because he has an item that I could really use. Let's see. Ooh, we can do some cooking here too. I can demonstrate that. I'm not gonna waste a whole bunch of time on it, but I'll definitely show it off here. We're getting some spicy peppers, which we need. I'm not gonna read the diary. I don't think we need it. Okay, but yeah, we definitely do want to remember this location. Get ourselves a nice woodcutter's axe. Now there are pots here. Are there money in them? No. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, I'll get back to the whole money thing. I mean, you can still find rupees the traditional way, just finding them, just laying around in the world. Like, if you were to find them laying around, you just kind of you would find them underneath rocks, and then every now and then you'll find a chest that has a pretty good rupee in it, and then there are a couple enemy types that drop rupees, but mainly your main way of getting money in this game is to sell items, and primarily selling gems. There's also different kind of gems in the game that you could find and then sell for a pretty good chunk of rupees. Okay, let me quickly demonstrate cooking. So, anytime you see a pot, speaking of pot, we got a pot lid. That's a shield that we can use. Anytime you see a pot with the fire underneath it, you can cook with it. And what we'll do is you can hold up to 5 items. So you select it, select hold, and you select up to 5 items. We'll just go with the mixture of mushrooms and do a nice mushroom skewer maybe. So we'll do that. So you do that, you'll drop the items in the pot, and it will create a meal for you, which will recover a lot more hearts, and in some cases it will give you um, an extra boost as well. So this one, you can see that little green wheel. That's actually gonna, if I eat this, I will recover about 3/4 of a wheel of stamina with that. So yeah, the meals, not only do they heal you pretty good, but they also provide some extra side effects as well. So we're gonna be doing a lot of this in this game. I'm gonna do one more because I do have these spicy peppers. I wanna go ahead and hold 3 of these. Or don't, let's do, hold on, no, let's put them away. I'm gonna kind of cut some footage out here. I'm gonna do one of these with a mushroom. You see, I have 3 of each, so I'm gonna do this 3 times. You can skip the animation right there. I guess there's really nothing worth cutting out, but I'll do it 2 more times and I'll cut that out. Alright, so now we have 3 of those on us, so you can go back into your inventory screen and you have a separate a section for meals next to your materials. So we have some baked apples, we have that energizing mushroom skewer that we made that I want to make sure I save for a really bad situation. And then we have 3 of these bad boys. So they'll recover 2 hearts and give me 3 minutes of cold resistance, which we will need later on. There's still one more thing I want to try to get from the old man that'll also help me out with cold resistance, but he's not here and I don't remember how he gets here, so we're just not going to worry about it. He has a couple more things in his cabin, which is nice. Let's go this way. Oh, there he is, right over there. Let's talk to him. What are you doing? He's chopping down a tree. I'm trying to make some firewood. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I talk to him when I skip the text, but whatever. I was trying to see if it's gonna maybe trigger something for me, which actually I think at nighttime. You know what? Let's do. We'll do that after we get this shrine up here. Screw it. Then I can demonstrate something that you can do in order to influence the day-night system. Anyway, let's select the woodcutter's axe that we found in his house, and you can actually chop wood with it. So we'll go ahead and hit this tree, and you can, in this case, make a bridge. It's actually kind of rare that you do this. There's a korok leaf, which is a very useful item. It's yeah, I'll demonstrate for a short while. It creates wind, so we'll see where this actually comes into use later. But you can't use it. Can't really use it to fight, so I would not recommend trying to fight with it. But I'll get into that when we actually need to use the korok leaf. Anyway, this is the only time in the game that you actually do what I'm doing right here by chopping down a tree and making a bridge out of it. At least this is the only time that I've experienced this. Maybe somewhere else in the game you can actually do it. There's an acorn that comes out of the trees. So those can be cooked and eaten. They don't really do much for you. Oftentimes you'll see trees with apples, so you want to make sure you climb those to grab the apples. At least early on in the game. Pretty soon apples will not be that helpful. Well, they will be, but I mean, you're going to find them everywhere. So I'm not going to waste my time with this. Let's go after these guys. Can I sneak up on him? Nope, he already saw me. So what I want to do, I want to fight with my, not my Traveler's Claymore, that's a heavy weapon. I want to go with a light weapon. Especially when he has a spear, which really, we haven't used a spear yet. So I can show off the spears now, and really, and now that I have a spear, I can kind of explain all three types of items in the game. So, or not items, but weapons. So, with the melee weapons, there's three different, I guess, classes of weapons, or I don't really know what you call it. Three different types of weapons, where one will have you have a one-handed weapon that we're holding right now, and that's the only type of weapon that will allow you to use your shield. So there's that, and these are, your traditional one-handed weapons that you would expect to use in Zelda games. And then you have your two-handed heavy weapons, like this Traveler's Claymore, and these are a lot more powerful, but they're slower to use, and you also don't get to use your shield with them. And then you have your spears, which are also two-handed. You can't use your shield with them, but they have a longer reach, and they're also really the fastest weapon to use in the game, and pretty accurate. So spears are pretty good to fight with, and as I go throughout this game, I'll kind of you'll learn what situations I have to use what type of weapons in. We have a bombable rock here, which I don't remember from my first playthrough. So I just don't remember blowing up a lot of stuff early on in the game. We have hidden chest, so we can go ahead and get this. It's probably something pretty good. More fire arrows. So that's all I have. It's weird that I don't have any any normal arrows, but I have 10 fire arrows now. Alrighty. So, to get to the shrine up here, we need to climb. So this is how the game teaches you climbing. This is one of the most brilliant parts of the Great Plateau, and this is a perfect example of how this game does tutorial without like bashing it over your head with a bunch of text and stuff. This is how it shows you climbing, really, and what the best strategy is. So when you're trying to get up a very high mountain or whatever, what you want to do is you want to look for flat places along the way, like this, to stop and rest, because obviously climbing takes up stamina. So, as you're climbing, you always want to look up and see, okay, where's the place I can possibly stand? and you want to try to get to it. Um, when you're climbing, you can also hit the X button to do a little leap, and that will get you some more distance, but it also take up a pretty big chunk of stamina as you're doing it. So I don't really recommend that unless you know for sure that you can make it, and you're just trying to save time, because climbing is slow. As I've said before, the climbing is kind of this game's version of the sailing in Wind Waker. It's kind of tedious at times, and there are times where I get kind of bored with it. So, um, if I'm climbing a big wall and I have nothing to say, I might just cut out that part. We'll see. This might be kind of difficult. See, I need to get used to having the small stamina meter. I should have gone for that over there. I can still make it. I noticed that when you're going sideways like this, the stamina doesn't go down as much. I should be able to make that, but I'm not going to do any leaps. Once the stamina bar gets really low, like right about to run out, you can do like do like a final leap of faith type of thing where you jump pretty high. So you keep that in mind. Once the stamina turns red, then you can do a leap of faith type of thing. But if you mess up your leap of faith, be prepared to fall a long way and most likely die. So later on in the game, throughout the main game, the walls will not be like, or I should say, the spots to rest on will not be this obvious. So you kind of have to feel it out as you're playing. There'll be times where you'll see a surface and you'll be like, can I stand on that? And then you'll try it, and then sometimes you'll slip, sometimes you won't. It's just like, it's kind of a roll of the dice sometimes. Okay, I should be able to get up now. I hear some Stalfos, bokoblins. I don't know what you really call them. Stalkoblins? I don't know if they have an official name or not. I mean, essentially, this is a Stalfo version of every, like, common enemy in the game. There's a Stalfo bokoblin, there's a Stalfo, the Lizalfo that we haven't seen Lizalfos yet. We'll see him. But don't knock me off! Oh my god. As I was saying, before I got interrupted by... I can't believe that happened. And he went away. Is it morning already? I mean, yeah, they go away in the morning, but it's not morning yet. I'm surprised they went away. I guess they were afraid of me. They knew I was pissed at them. I don't know. Alright, let's go on in here. Alright, this is the Stasis Trial, so we're gonna get what could be my favorite rune in the game, Stasis. So, this one is pretty unique and interesting. I guess that's supposed to be the item get jingle right there. Because you also hear like the treasure chest opening jingle as well right there. That's why I was kind of being silent for you right there so you could hear that. And then they have like a kind of a half-assed item get jingle. Um, that's really the only time you get that is whenever you're doing anything to upgrade your runes, and or really anything to upgrade your Sheikah Slate, I should say. And there are a few very rare instances where you hear a more traditional version of the item get jingle. Otherwise, it's just like the the small item get or the type of thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's grab stasis. You can activate it, and you can see anything in yellow is something you're able to actually stop. So let's go ahead and stop that. And stopping that gear allows us to get across this, stopping that platform. Pretty simple. So yeah, with stasis you can stop various moving objects, like these balls. But they recharge. I don't know why I forgot about that. You have to wait for stasis to recharge, just like you have to wait for the bombs to recharge. You can't just keep using it and using it and using it. So, I don't know why I forgot about that. But again, I use stasis all the time. So, yeah, you'll know that you're ready to use it whenever the object that you're trying to freeze will turn green as you have stasis activated. So I want to wait till it's fully charged and a boulder. Oh, no, I'll wait for this one because I want to wait for a boulder to be past the point of this. So there you go. That's what I'm gonna do. I mean, I don't think I really needed to do that. I should have been able to make it without stopping the boulder, but oh well. There's a chest up there, so I want to go for that if I can. I don't know if I want to. I'm just gonna go ahead and wait for this to. Actually, no. What I can do is I can stop it. That'll keep other balls from dropping down. I think that's what you're supposed to do to get that chest. So let's wait for another one to go by and get past me. That and that'll keep other balls from dropping down. I don't know. I mean, I think I still might have been able to make it, but just in case, I'm just demonstrating right now. Get a Traveler's Shield, and we're pretty much done with this. But there's one major thing we need to demonstrate with stasis before we leave. Get an Iron Sledgehammer. Oh, can't carry any more melee weapons. This is something you're going to run into a lot with this game. I don't need the Korok Leaf, so I'm going to go ahead and just... You can either drop it, but... Actually, you can't drop the Korok Leaf. Usually I just throw the weapons away to get rid of them, but the way you're supposed to get rid of them is to select them on the item screen and just drop. But yeah, you're going to be running into this quite a bit, is you run out of item slots for your weapons, and it can be kind of a pain in the ass. But you can expand your slots as well, which mainly I'm going to be doing that with my weapons when I get to that point. Okay, anyway, with stasis, they just gave us a Iron Sledgehammer, which is a good way to demonstrate this. So, another cool thing you can do with stasis... hold on a second. Okay, sorry. My pop filter kind of came off my mic right there. Okay, so another cool thing you can do with stasis is you can freeze the objects, and if you hit the objects with the weapon, you can actually see an arrow kind of point out from that object, and if you keep hitting, the arrow will get bigger, and that indicates that you're actually you're building up some momentum in the object, and then once stasis runs out, that built-up momentum will actually propel the object forward in the air. So that can be used for a lot of interesting puzzles, as we'll see throughout the game. Right then we just use it to move something out of our way, but later on it will be a lot more complex. So that's really why stasis is my favorite rune to use, is because the way you can just propel certain objects out of the way, and you can almost use that as a way to attack. That's really what I do. Is I use that as a way to attack. I try to propel large objects towards a group of enemies. Alright, so we're just about ready to end this episode. So that is what I will do right here. So next time on Breath of the Wild, we will head towards the last shrine of the Great Plateau. See you guys later.